Hi, this is John Maroon at Maroon PR. Today is the big day. It's election day all across the country, and it's a big election. A lot of things can be swinging and changing, and new leadership in the Senate's at stake, et cetera, et cetera. And as a result, unless you're living under a rock, you've seen a lot of political ads. I think we can't wait until Wednesday, so we don't have to see too many of those anymore. And it is amazing. Every year they get a little more racy, a little more aggressive, and I think they're even more aggressive this year because there's so many races that are so tight in so many states. And we're going to take a look at a few of the more interesting ones that have appeared this year. And keep in mind that while we might not like all of them, they're getting a lot of attention. That's a primary objective.
I'm Joni Ernst. I grew up castrating hogs on an Iowa farm. So when I get to Washington, I'll know how to cut pork.
Joni Ernst, mother, soldier, conservative.
My parents taught us to live within our means. It's time to force Washington to do the same. To cut wasteful spending, repeal Obamacare, and balance the budget. I'm Joni Ernst, and I approve this message because Washington's full of big spenders. Let's make them squeal.
Mitch McConnell wants you to think I'm Barack Obama. Mitch is the same guy who thought Duke basketball players were UK, or who's attacking me on coal after doing next to nothing while we've lost thousands of coal jobs. He even said it's not his job to bring jobs to Kentucky.
I'm not Barack Obama. I disagree with him on guns, coal, and the EPA. And Mitch, that's not how you hold a gun. I'm Allison Lundergan Grimes, and I approve this message.
Well, you saw a couple of those, and I think, the one that's getting a ton of attention is Joni Ernst, and the thing that's making it really interesting is that it's helped her tremendously, because what plays in certain parts of the country might not play as well in other parts of the country. So that's getting a lot of attention, but it doesn't matter. She just needs to win her state, and she's gained a lot of ground through that very honest and interesting and candid ad talking about pig castration. So, I think what you got to do is know your audience, know your state. Don't be afraid to be a little bit racy, make it interesting. One day I would like to see more ads about what the candidates can actually do as opposed to what their opponents can't do or how their opponents have failed. I think it's gotten way too much of that, and I think you see that when you look at what the chatter on social media, the chatter in the news. People in general are not very trusting of politicians as a whole. So while these things get exhausting, I think the constant barbs and the constant nitpick, so the focus isn't on what I can do for you, it's on what my opponent hasn't done for you or can't do for you. And that's a sea change that I think we'd all as Americans like to see.